Today I'm going to do part 2 on tools that I use, and these are all my saws and all my grinders and all the blades. I'm going to explain them, how I use them. So here we go. Now the first ones I'm going to show is my grinders. This is my 7-inch grinder. I got a couple different models here. They're all pretty good. I like this one a little bit more because it takes less power to run it, and when you're going to people's houses, it doesn't blow the breaker as much. When I get these things, I always get the thing to take off the blade, and I put it on the end of the cord so I could always get to it. That goes in there like that. Sometimes you got to get a hammer and hammer it. There's a little button here. Right underneath there's a button. And you turn that until it locks. And then once it locks, sometimes you got to get the hammer, bust it out so you can get the blade off. The blade looks like that. You get a brand new blade, you can get something like that. They're cheap, these blades. At one time they were $100 and some a piece. That was in the early 90s. We didn't have any saws when we first started this business. Then you just put it down, you lock it up. And you've seen me use this saw for almost, it's an almost everyday saw when I'm working. I could use it for almost anything. So this is the grinders I use. Now I don't always use the grinder. Sometimes when I got to cut concrete, I use a regular saw like this. And this blade will fit in that saw too. So if you only have something small to do, you could use one of these saws. The diamond, this one, if I got this one, I keep to cut the metal with. And I use the metal cutting blade like this. And then I have this saw all ready to go for wood. So that's basically the 3 saws I use: concrete, for metal, or for wood. Now these are I call them grinder or sandstone blades right here. I got 2 of them. They don't seem to want to come off, and my policy is don't take them off until they're broke. But this is the way they go on. You just screw it on. This is another one like that. You could just screw it on. But these are if I'm like finely grinding stone to polish it up, something like that. Now these are my little grinders, and this has a diamond blade on it. You can see it right there. I just keep that. It's always ready to go. It has a diamond blade in it. This one, you see me cutting metal with that. I have a metal blade in it, and that's always ready to go. This one, my DeWalt, this is a good one. It has a grinding wheel on it for what I was doing at church steps and everything. And I use this a lot, and I actually use this to clean the metal tools off, my trowels and everything when I'm done. And sometimes you can get them in the cordless. And these handles come off, and they could go on the other side depending on what you're doing. And some of them, they have the parts to get the blades right off. This one, the battery goes dead too quick. I very seldom use it. So that's my little 4-inch grinders. This is about the best. And if I do have an affiliate site, it'll be in the description below. And last but not least, how many times you see me cutting out sidewalks and stone and big things with this? These are relatively new. This is an old timer. You can see it's actually a chainsaw with a diamond blade on it. That's when they first started coming out. And this one hooks up to water, but it's got a big blade on it, but it actually is just a regular grinder, just like the first ones that I was showing you. 7-inch grinder, except they put a bigger wheel on it. I use this for a tile, big heavy-duty tile or pavers a lot of times. But the thing about saws is, back in the 60s, you never see saws. The only ones that had saws was they were real big things when you go into Thomas Eddy's stone yard and you're cutting out big slabs of stone. Up in the quarries, they were still doing everything by hand. SAWS really started coming into its fruition. I'd say I started seeing them in the late 70s, and then in the 80s. In the late 70s, a blade was like this big, was $250, $300 just for the blade. And then as they got cheaper and they got going, you could probably buy this blade now for about $50. Those little 7-inch ones, you can get 3 of them for $30 sometimes on sale. This is 2018, but everything was chiseled. Now instead of saws, they're going into water jets. They're cutting with water. They're using torches and heat to cut the stone. They're sandblasting. There's a million things they do anymore. But back in the 60s, it was still old school, just like the WPA workers were still doing. But these are the saws I use, and I hope you get something out of it. You'll see me using them on certain videos at certain times. So thanks for watching. That's My Tools Part 2.